Hey, it's Bunny, and I wanted to make this video. I had this clip in my archive for like months, right? But I completely forgot about it, right? But I feel like it's time to talk about it. Um, and yeah, so we'll watch the clip and I'll go in and out, right?
Can we talk about how black dark skinned supermodels are more on the extremely dark skinned side, right? But your day to day girl isn't as dark as them. So
Okay, I'm gonna cut in there. I know it's early, but still. So of course he said day to day, not regular. Before we all say she never said regular. Day to day means regular, average, everyday person, So we can infer that she means regular women, right? I find it interesting that she's paying attention so much that she knows that there's certain model, like there's a skin tone, what barrier for y'all? Who pays attention this much, right? I get it because she'll go on to say that how she's trying to be a model and stuff like that, right? But I wouldn't think about when I because I've always been interested in modeling, right? I didn't see the South Sudanese as models modeling, right? And the rise of them modeling and again all these opportunities as but what about me? What about my skin tone shade? There's still why are we acting like there's no models that are, you know, still dark skinned like Naomi Campbell, right? Like we're not eh, it's like this thing where you feel this scarcity mindset, but let me just let it play, right? Okay, no, I have one little thing. It's this thing where you feel like you're not getting jobs because of them, right? Like an us versus them type of thing. And because you're focusing on majority, it's like the same thing where people start focusing on mixed women and light skinned women and then say, oh, y'all only date, y'all only pay attention to da da. No, you're hyper focusing on people that don't look like you. And then wondering why you don't get opportunities and things like that. There's plenty. I've seen so many that have the same opportunities, but are they in high fashion modeling? Maybe not, but they're always high fashion modeling is already very exclusive, right? And you have to look a certain way. But I have to save my commentary. Let's let it play.
them,
Yeah.
so it's either we have extremely dark black girls, dark skinned black girls, or nothing. There's definitely
Okay. You see how she's going to this extreme thing, this extreme, right? So either extremely dark black girls, right? It I could be reaching, but the way she hesitated to say black girls, I said, are you viewing South Sudanese models as non-black? Is it because they're their features? Okay. But let's give her grace. Let's say that she's just thinking, like the way that I think, and, I stumble with my words and things like that. Sure. But the fact that she's instantly going to an extreme and saying, oh, as if there before the South Sudanese models, before like what, 2019, there were no black models. Oh no, none at all. Like I thought she was either gonna say, I thought she was actually gonna say, either really dark models or really light models, right? But no, she instantly just went to, oh yeah, there's none. Who's Jordan Dunn? Oh, who's? Let me search up her name. Let's search up. Let's search it up, and I'm gonna put it in there specifically from the UK. That's what I'm gonna do. I believe what's it called? Her name is Laomi Anderson. Yeah, she just didn't exist. Yeah, oh sorry. Jordan Dunn, Laomi Anderson. Who cares? None of them existed. Like, are you serious? Are you so serious? She's being so real right now. Okay. But yeah, let's get back to the video.
There's definitely something that needs to be filled in there. I feel like the perfect example is me. I'm dark skinned.
Is this nigga serious?
That's funny.
Oh, so that's why you did this. Okay. See, this is where we start getting into the delusions of grandeur. And imagine how delusional you have to come on here to say, oh no, fuck the Sudanese models. They're too dark. Oh, they're not really black girls. Oh, they're not regular black girls. They're who are they? And say, oh, I'm the perfect one. Look at me. This is your way of marketing yourself by bashing models who are in the industry. How does she think she's going to like get in the industry by bashing models who, because this is bashing. I don't care what anybody says. To start saying that, who does that? Who does this thing where for so long y'all were crying about not having representation, and now when you get it, it's, oh, well, it wasn't the representation I wanted. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be me, right? No, you are not the perfect example, and I don't know. Let's wait to for me to really go in. Let's wait.
I'm dark skinned, but I'm not as dark as the Sudanese girls. But I'm very near there, but I'm not as.
God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Bye. You get your goddamn ugly ass on. You need to leave.
Y'all, I did not want to be that person, but I guess I'm going to have to be. Ma'am, you are mid. You are mid. You are. I'm trying. I'm really trying. You're nothing special to look at. Let's be honest, okay? We're talking about supermodels. The South Sudanese models I see, sure, would some of them not be considered super pretty or stuff like that? Sure, but they have striking features. When you are working in high fashion, when you're working in models, runway modeling, you have to look striking. I don't know what, like, I don't see white people complaining, oh, but these models who are, sickly pale are getting hired over me. I don't know what's going on. I'm the perfect, you know, person for the job. I'm not too white. I'm not too tan. Why aren't I getting the job? So you came on here to complain about, imagine coming on the internet to basically announce that you're mid and that you can't find work and that you're being outperformed by foreign women who quite literally re- obviously, it's not, it's these are women who are stunning, who are gorgeous, who have very toned bodies, flawless skin, super white teeth. Like, you're not going to be able to compete with them. And what you're upset at, this is how people expose themselves as colorists, right? So I don't want to hear it about only light skinned people being colorists and things like that, because more often than not, it's y'all saying this. You are damn near the same shade, but you're talking about, well, I'm dark, but I'm not as dark as them. This is why when people were saying the whole thing about, oh, people claiming brown skin is just a way to get out of being called dark skin, these are the same people who would have called themselves brown skin instead of dark skin to escape from that, the stigma and stuff like that, right? And so that's why when people say that point, I'm just like, okay, now I see it. Now I see it, because y'all do stuff like this and then claim, oh, I'm not colorist. I'm a dark skinned woman. No, you are colorist. Y'all are some of the worst colorists I've seen. Um, so let's start there. you know? imagine coming on this internet to say to say that you are so unbookable that you can't get any jobs, really. That you are so focused on a group of women who have nothing to do with you, who look nothing like you, right? And you're so upset that they're getting attention. You're so upset that they're getting opportunities. Why? It's the thing of, why do they get that when I'm adhering to Eurocentric beauty standards, hence the wig, the straight wig. If you are really so, I won't go there. But these Sudanese models are naturally gorgeous. They're naturally striking. You do not have that. I could walk outside, throw a rock, and get 5, 10 of you, 15 plus. Like, you're nothing special to look at. And what you're upset about is that you can compete. Commercial modeling, sure. But runway modeling, are you even that tall? Do you have you seen runway models, what they look like, how much tone they have? It's like, y'all do these come up with these things. This is why we should stop telling people that you can be anything you want, because no, not everybody can be a supermodel. Like, I don't understand. Like, for me, um I've always wanted to be a model and stuff like that, but I'm 5'6", and like, for me, I just feel like it wouldn't work out. Commercial model, I feel like I'm more suited for commercial modeling, or you know like, you're selling stuff, and I don't know, like, more like an influencer than an actual runaway model, right? Because the standards for that are so high. When like, you're wanting inclusivity in a business that is quite literally prides itself on being exclusive. Modeling has never been inclusive. I Like, Naomi Campbell in the 90s had to really fight to be included. There were so her friends and stuff, like fellow models and stuff like that, right? It was such a fight to get plus size women into modeling, stuff like that. So you think somebody who is already not and you see the way that plus size models, right? Even if they're big, they have like a flat stomach, or they have a really pretty face, right? Or like skinny arms and stuff like that. They're not just they're not going to just throw out the beauty standards because, well, they're gonna call us I don't know what you would call somebody for only wanting very dark women, um dark skinned African women to model, or just hiring them. Like, would that not make you not colorist if you're hiring, like, what? First, it was you're colorist because you're only hiring white women and stuff like that, and light skinned women. Now it's, you know, you're you're this what you're gonna say that they're discriminating against you because they don't want to hire you. You're mid. I don't like saying that about people, but let's be honest. And the fact that you're coming on here trying to make it seem like, I'm dark, but I'm not really that dark, ah, like, South Sudanese women are just these foreign creatures, and like, there's no person in London, right, who is super dark like that. What are you all talking about? Some of the darkest people I've ever met have been, Ugandan people and Ghanaian people. There's a lot of Ugandan and Ghanaian people everywhere. So I'm assuming, and just certain ethnicities that are, darker. So it's like, are y'all, what are we talking about, right? There's definitely people that are that dark in the UK, right? That's not like they don't exist, but you don't want to be approximated to them because it makes you feel better. It's easier for you to try and force yourself into a Eurocentric beauty standard, right? But not when, the dark skinned women, dark skinned African foreign women. You notice how every single time people blame things on foreigners, on foreign beautiful women who are getting something every single time. And it's disgusting. you're just jealous. But yeah, we're gonna watch this clip of the man. He stitched this because I couldn't find the original video. I think I don't know. Like if I'll check for it
I was
again. But
literally about to drop a
yeah.
video about you West Africans claiming East Africa in my comment section. And I seen this video pop up randomly when I was scrolling through TikTok. And so you're complaining that we as Nilotic peoples, and primarily South Sudan, are taking over the modeling industry? You shouldn't be complaining. You West Africans and Bantu West Africans and Central Africans have a much bigger population than us in the Western world due to colonization. You guys literally have a bigger opportunity to become models, and you're complaining that we as Nilotic peoples are taking over the modeling industry? Just imagine if we had the same population as your people in the Western world as a West African. We would take over the title modeling. Don't even talk about Kylie Jenner. Even white people would have been complaining. This is how beautiful our people are. So the reason why Nilotic peoples are taking over the modeling industry is because they have the best looking people and they have the best looking women in the world. And so you shouldn't be complaining because your people literally have more opportunities than us.
He told no lies. Like, honestly, how do y'all, and I say this as somebody who is part West African as well, how, but I'm specifically talking about her and the people who love to complain about these certain things about people. How do y'all have so much numbers in people, but you're complaining about a minority in one small subset of the world and in, you know, modeling, like it, in the modeling world, are replacing you, or all of this stuff. It's like y'all are, it's like the same thing where I see Black American women talking about, oh, um, or let's say FBA, right? Talking about, oh, you know, why are all these African women replacing us in modeling? What? But is it not? I don't get it. And in acting and stuff like that, it's literally like y'all pick and choose. Y'all, do you want to see black people or black adjacent people on the screen, or do you not? Um, to an extent, I feel like it's kind of reasonable to question, but at the same time, the way y'all are questioning it and the way that it always goes back to, oh well, I feel I should have it. Well, oh, you know, they're Eurocentric, or these accusations that come about, I hate it. I really do. And can we call it what it is? Colorism and tribalism. Because y'all only do this to an extent with other black people, with other people from the diaspora. Y'all always do this, right? And I don't want to be that person, but I I remember being on her page, right? Months ago, right, when this came out. And I think I managed to find her or something like that. And I was looking at her and I was like, yeah, definitely mid. Don't understand what she's talking about. And of course, I saw the Nigerian flag. I don't want to have this narrative all the time, but y'all keep proving me right. I swear to God, every single time another African is hating on another African, right? It's always a Nigerian person every single time. And I don't think that's a coincidence. Y'all have this thing where you can't stand not being the only one. Y'all can't stand not being in the spotlight. And I understand because y'all have had so much attention and, you know, the development and stuff like that. And, you know, that's amazing. I give people their flowers, right? But doing this thing where you're now trying to put down a group of women who are succeeding and who have been over, like, who I personally did not know about South Sudanese people, or like the way that they looked and their culture and stuff like that, until this rise in modeling. And I think that's so beautiful. And why are we not like appreciating them and clapping, um you know, patting them on the back and stuff like that? But no, y'all are y'all want to come in here and say, oh, why are they not praising me? Why can't I get jobs? Because you're not that good at it. And this is, I feel like we need to stop telling again. This is the time where you need to start telling people, no, maybe you should do something different. Maybe you can still do modeling, but you can do commercial modeling. It's like, can we stop lying to each other? Can we stop pointing the finger and start, you know, being honest with each other? And yeah, you're wondering and confused, and I just don't get it because I'm like, because according to their logic, right? People like this, you should get better treatment because you're lighter. And these are the same people who claim they're not colorist, and every light skinned woman is colorist, and will have these long story times about their colorist friend that they fell out with and wanted to compete with them and stuff like that. Meanwhile, they wanted to compete as well, but just didn't do it well. But that's besides the point. Yeah, y'all are not going to do this. Like, yeah, but I think that's it for my commentary. Please like, please comment. Also, I nearly forgot. Sorry. She never brought up features. She never brought up features like noses and lips and stuff like that. She only mentioned the skin tone, which was interesting to me because usually people will like do both with the skin tone and the features and stuff like that. But did she not mention the features because she believes that she's possibly benefiting from featureism in a way? Is that why? Because she couldn't, throw herself under the bus in that way? Um, because there, you know how people love to do the, oh well, I have a bigger nose than you, so you have it better than me. Oh, your hair is not 4C, your hair is 4A or something like that. You know, I and honestly, I think I don't understand why she thought the day-to-day black woman would be represented in high fashion modeling because that's mainly where I see South Sudanese models in high fashion modeling, right? Modeling has never been for the day-to-day people. I hate to repeat myself, but just confusion. But yeah, that's it. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. Bye.